Video opens with a high-energy, stylized animation. A lone warrior, silhouette glowing with a powerful aura, stands on a cracked, barren wasteland. He powers up, the ground shaking, his muscles bulging. He unleashes a massive energy blast at a colossal, shadowy mountain in the distance. The blast hits and dissipates harmlessly. The warrior falls to one knee, exhausted, looking at the unshakable obstacle in frustration. The music is epic, intense, but with a hint of struggle. Have you ever felt it? That raw, burning power inside you. You've trained, you've sacrificed, you've pushed yourself to the absolute edge. You are, without a doubt, the strongest person you know. But then, you hit it. A wall. An obstacle so immense, a problem so complex, that all of your power, all of your talent, feels like throwing pebbles at a fortress. This isn't just a challenge. It's an insult. A ceiling you can't shatter alone. We call this phenomenon, the solo warrior's ceiling. It's the point where your individual brilliance becomes its own prison. Stay with me for this session. Because today, we are going to learn the forbidden technique for shattering that ceiling. It's not about getting stronger. It's about getting smarter. It's about a sacred geometry of teamwork that multiplies power, rather than just adding to it. We are going to decode the deepest lesson of one of the most powerful and misunderstood techniques in the cosmos, the fusion dance. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you will hold the key to unlocking a level of synergy in your life, in your career, your relationships, your team, that you never thought possible. Phase 2. The problem: visuals shift to more grounded, symbolic animations. A single glowing figure trying to lift a massive, dark sphere. Other, dimmer figures stand around, either watching, or trying to help in an uncoordinated way, getting in the way. Let's talk about you. You're the one who stays late. You're the one who pores over every detail while others are content with good enough. In any group project, any team sport, any corporate department, you feel the weight of the mission resting squarely on your shoulders. You see the path forward with a clarity that seems to escape everyone else. And you've tried to lead. You've tried to delegate. You've drawn the diagrams, you've explained the plan 10 different times in 10 different ways. But it's like you're speaking a different language. Your partner zigs when you need them to zag. Your team focuses on trivial details while the main objective is on fire. You pass the ball, but they're not even looking at the hoop. And what's the internal feeling of that? It's not just frustration. It's a deep, gnawing loneliness. The loneliness of the peak. You look around and see potential, but you can't seem to harness it. You feel a growing resentment, a dangerous whisper in the back of your mind that says, I'd be better off just doing it all myself. Think about it. That startup you're trying to build. You have the vision, your co-founder has the technical skill. You should be an unstoppable force. But you argue over branding, you disagree on development priorities, you second-guess each other's decisions. You're two powerful engines, bolted together, but firing at completely different times. The whole machine just shakes and sputters, going nowhere. You're both strong, but you're not fused. This is the solo warrior's ceiling. And here is the hidden, brutal cost of hitting it, a cost most people never realize until it's too late. The ceiling isn't just limiting your success. It's limiting you. When you believe you have to do everything yourself, your growth becomes an echo chamber. You only reinforce what you already know. You only sharpen the tools you already possess. You can't learn a new perspective because you've walled yourself off from it. You become a bigger, stronger, more impressive version of who you are right now, but you never become something new. You can't evolve. Your own strength becomes the anchor that holds you in place, while the world, and the challenges it presents, continue to grow beyond you. You're trying to defeat an enemy that operates in 3 dimensions while you are trapped in 2. You don't need more power on your level. You need to access a whole new level. Phase 3. Solution. The other proud and intense. They begin a strange, perfectly synchronized dance. The screen is filled with diagrams of the Metamoran fusion dance, highlighting the perfect symmetry. The solution lies in a profound, almost mystical principle, hidden inside a seemingly ridiculous-looking dance. When the Saiyans faced threats like Majin Buu or the demon Janemba, Enemies so powerful that even their strongest individual forms were utterly useless. They didn't just train harder. They accessed a higher state of being. They performed the fusion dance. The core idea is this: true synergy, the kind that creates exponential leaps in power, is not about cooperation. It's about transcendence. It is not two people working together. It is two people becoming one. It is the complete and total dissolution of the individual ego in service of a shared, singular purpose. The fusion dance isn't just a power-up, it's a living philosophy. And it's built on 3 unbreakable principles. Principle number 1. The law of perfect symmetry. Visual. Close up on the hands and feet of the two dancers, moving in perfect, mirror image synchronicity. Lines of energy connect their limbs, showing perfect alignment. Watch the dance. Every movement, every angle, every outstretched finger must be a perfect mirror image of the other partner. The power levels must also be equalized. There is no room for improvisation, no space for individual flair. It is a shared, sacred kata. This is a metaphor for a perfectly shared vision and methodology. Before you can fuse your efforts with another person, you must be in absolute alignment on the fundamentals. What is the goal? Why is it important? What are the exact steps we will take to achieve it? You must speak the same language, operate from the same playbook. If one of you thinks you're building a bridge and the other thinks you're building a boat, you will fail before you even begin. Symmetry is the foundation of synergy. Without it, you're just two people dancing foolishly in the same room. Principle number 2. The principle of ego death. Visual. We see a comedic, failed fusion. One finger is bent incorrectly. The result is a weak, fat, or emaciated warrior. This failed form is easily defeated. This is the most critical and most difficult principle. The fusion dance has a zero-tolerance policy for ego. If one partner's finger is slightly out of place, a tiny, insignificant act of imprecision, often born from pride or a lack of focus, the entire fusion fails catastrophically. The result is a comical, weak, and pathetic being. This isn't an accident, it's the core of the lesson. The moment one partner tries to be dominant, the moment one person's pride gets in the way of perfect symmetry, the connection is corrupted. For that 30-minute duration, Goku and Vegeta cease to exist. There is no leader and follower in the fusion. There is only Vegeta. The ego, the sense of I, the identity of the individual, must be voluntarily, completely, and humbly surrendered. Think of it like this: you cannot pour the contents of your cup into another's if you are obsessed with protecting your own cup. To create a new entity, the old ones must agree to a temporary death. This is why true collaboration is so rare. It demands a level of humility and trust that most powerful people, most solo warriors, are unwilling to give. Principle number 3. The emergence of the third mind. Visual. A successful fusion. A blinding flash of light. From it emerges a new being, Vegeta or Gotenks. His power is immense. His aura eclipses both original warriors. He has new, unique attacks they couldn't perform alone. When the dance is perfect, the result is not just Goku plus Vegeta. It is something new. A third consciousness. A warrior with his own personality, often more cocky and creative than his components, and with techniques that neither Goku nor Vegeta possessed individually. Stardust Breaker. The Galactic Donut. These are abilities that emerged from the void between them. This is the ultimate prize of true synergy. It's not additive, it's creative. 1 plus 1 doesn't equal 2. It equals 10. Or 100. When two minds truly fuse, they don't just solve problems they already understood. They create solutions, ideas, and possibilities that were literally unthinkable to them as individuals. This third mind is the emergent property of perfect, ego-less collaboration. It is the breakthrough innovation, the game-winning play, the artistic masterpiece that no single person could have authored. The fusion dance, then, is our ultimate metaphor. It's the process of achieving perfect alignment, surrendering the ego, to give birth to a new, higher level of capability. So how do we perform this dance in our own lives? Without the spandex and the shouting? Phase 4. The application, visuals transition to a clean, modern, dojo-like environment. The animated coach figure from the channel is demonstrating these steps with a partner, their energy flowing and merging. You can't just will a fusion into existence. It requires discipline. It requires a ritual. Here is a 5-step practical guide to performing the fusion dance in any team, partnership, or relationship. Step 1. Identify your Majin Buu. A fusion is only necessary in the face of an impossible opponent. It's a high-cost, high-reward technique. You don't fuse to fight Yamcha. You fuse to fight Buu. So, first, you and your partner must clearly define the challenge that you absolutely cannot overcome alone. Is it launching a new software product in a hyper-competitive market? Is it saving your marriage from the brink? Is it winning a championship against a dynasty team? Get specific. Write it down on a whiteboard. Make it the only thing on the board. This isn't just a goal, it's your existential threat. Your Buu. This shared enemy is the single most powerful unifying force you have. It starves the ego, because survival becomes more important than being right. Step 2. Practice the Kata of communication. A Kata is a series of choreographed movements practiced until they become second nature. Your team's Kata is its communication protocol. Before you begin any major task, schedule a 15-minute fusion prep session. The rules are strict. First, each person states the shared goal, your Buu, in their own words. You'll be shocked at the subtle misalignments you uncover. Tweak the language until it is identical. Second, each person defines their exact responsibilities for the upcoming task. Not a vague, "I'll handle the marketing," but "I will write the copy for 3 social media ads and schedule them by 5 p.m. This creates perfect symmetry of expectation. No overlap, no gaps. Practice this Kata before every important meeting, every work session, every difficult conversation. Make it muscle memory. Step 3. Perform the ego check ritual. This is the equivalent of extending your fingers perfectly. It is the most important step. Before you begin the task, stand face to face with your partner. Look them in the eye. Each of you must answer 2 questions, out loud. Question 1. What is one strength you bring to this mission that I lack? This forces you to acknowledge your own incompleteness and to vocalize respect for your partner. It kills pride. Question 2. What is one specific way I need you to support me during this task? This forces you to be vulnerable and to explicitly state your interdependence. It kills the solo warrior mentality. This ritual might feel awkward at first. It is designed to be. It's a pattern interrupt for the ego. It's a conscious choice to lower your own power level to match your partner's, creating the conditions for a perfect fusion. Step 4. The 30-minute time limit sprint. The Metamoran fusion has a strict 30-minute time limit. This isn't a weakness, it's a feature. It creates immense urgency and focus. We will borrow this. Use a technique like the Pomodoro, but for your fused unit. Set a timer for 30 minutes. During this window, you are one entity. You're Vegeta. You work only on the defined task. No emails. No phone notifications. No side conversations. All of your combined energy is a laser beam pointed at your Buu. When the timer rings, you diffuse. You take a 5-minute break. You are individuals again. You can check your phone, grab water, stretch. Then, if needed, you can perform the ego check ritual again and fuse for another 30-minute sprint. This rhythm of fusion and diffusion prevents burnout and maintains peak intensity. Step 5. The post-fusion analysis. After the mission is complete, or a major milestone is reached, you must analyze the result. Did you create Vegeta, or the fat, wheezing Veku? Ask these questions with brutal honesty, and without blame. Where did our symmetry break down? At what point did our individual egos re-emerge? Did our fused form produce a third mind insight? A solution we didn't see coming? What one adjustment can we make to our dance for the next fight? The goal of the analysis isn't to assign fault. It's to perfect the technique. Every failure is just a training session for the next, more powerful fusion. Phase 5. The proof, visuals return to the source material. We see Vegeta, his face a mask of pride, refusing to do the dance correctly. The resulting Veku is pummeled by Janemba. Then, a shift. Vegeta, swallowing his pride, his face set with grim determination, mirrors Goku perfectly. The blinding light, the emergence of Vegeta, who effortlessly disintegrates Janemba with a single, beautiful sphere of energy. Does this philosophy actually work? Look no further than the source material itself. When Goku and Vegeta first face the dimension-ripping demon Janemba, Vegeta's pride is the single greatest obstacle. He is the prince of all Saiyans. He would rather die than perform such a ridiculous dance, especially with his low-class rival, Kakarot. Their first attempt, corrupted by his ego, results in the powerless Veku, and they are nearly killed. The proof is undeniable. Ego leads to catastrophic failure. It is only when the situation is truly hopeless, when hell itself is overflowing onto Earth, that Vegeta finally makes the ultimate sacrifice, not of his life, but of his pride. He sets aside his identity as Prince Vegeta, and performs the dance with perfect, humble precision. From that act of supreme humility, the transcendent warrior Vegeta is born. And what does Vegeta do? He defeats an impossible enemy in under a minute. The solution was never more power. It was a higher state of collaboration. This isn't just anime fantasy. This is a fundamental law of high performance. The psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, famous for his concept of flow, studied teams at their absolute peak, jazz ensembles, championship basketball teams, elite surgical units. He described a state he called group flow, where the team members merge into a single, cohesive unit. He wrote, and I quote, "The self becomes transparent." His conditions for achieving this state are a startling echo of the fusion dance, a clear, shared goal, intense and unbroken focus, and a loss of self-consciousness. History is a graveyard of brilliant individuals who failed and a testament to fused teams who triumphed. Think of the Wright brothers. Orville was the intuitive pilot, Wilbur the intellectual engineer. Separately, they were hobbyists. Fused, they defied gravity. Look at the creative partnership of John Lennon and Paul McCartney. Lennon's raw, cynical edge fused with McCartney's melodic, optimistic genius. The result wasn't John's songs and Paul's songs. The result was the Beatles, a third mind that changed culture forever. The logic is irrefutable. As a solo warrior, you are defined by your strengths, but you are limited by your weaknesses. Your blind spots are permanent. When you truly fuse with a partner, their strengths become a patch for your weaknesses, and your strengths patch theirs. The resulting entity has no blind spots. It operates with a clarity and power that is structurally impossible for an individual to achieve. You don't have to be the best. You just have to be part of the best fusion. Phase 6. The call to action. The animated coach figure stands, his aura calm but immensely powerful. He looks directly at the camera, at the viewer. The background is a serene, infinite cosmos. The solo warrior's ceiling is real. But it is not your destiny. It is simply a sign that your current form has reached its maximum potential. It is an invitation to evolve, to learn a new and more profound way of generating power. The fusion dance is not just a technique, it's a choice. The choice to believe that what we can create together is greater than what I can build alone. It is the choice of humility over pride, of mission over ego. And now, your training continues. The first step is to identify your partner. So, in the comments below, I want you to answer this. Who is your Vegeta? Who is that rival, that partner, that teammate whose skills are the perfect mirror to your own? Name them, and name the Majin Buu, the impossible challenge you would face together if you could achieve a perfect fusion. Let's declare our intentions. If this philosophy resonates with you, if you are ready to stop fighting alone and start creating transcendent power, then you belong here. Join the Limit Breaker Legacy. Hit that subscribe button and power up the notification bell. This is our dojo, and our training has just begun. Now, you understand the art of merging with another. But the single greatest obstacle to that art is the one thing we've talked about all day: pride. The pride of the prince. To master fusion, you must first master the ego. That's why your next training session is our deep dive into the psychology of the Saiyan Prince himself. The video is called The Prince's Pride: How Vegeta's Arrogance Was His Greatest Teacher. It's the perfect follow-up to today's lesson. Click the link on your screen. Remember, the goal isn't to be unbreakable. It's to be willing to break, so you can reform into something infinitely stronger. Keep pushing. I'll see you in the next session.